Okay, so who want to say something about the reports?
Could be nice to have a first introduction from you that you did all the structure, no?
Yeah.
What principle?
Yeah, maybe that's good, Klaas. Maybe you can tell what you did.
Yeah, I used the same structure as the report, all the reports from the different schools. So all those steps, and based on the material of these 7 reports from the schools, I made a kind of an overview of all the elements, overlapping elements, but also differences between the different schools, in the same order as every single report. So this overview report, yeah, it's a kind of summarizing what came out of the individual single reports of the different schools.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I noticed is that, thanks, Klaas, for this report. I liked it very much. I think it's very clear. And I had 2 suggestions. One is that when you see the key issues that the schools have in common, these are typically horizontal leadership issues. Like that's how are we going to communicate with each other when we have this differentiated way of working and so on. So I think that is important, that schools are struggling with this horizontal leadership. And second is that I think that it would be good to see how such a process can work in other schools, because it's not like, we have a goal and we do a project and we achieve the goal. It's a way of developing and keeping schools fresh and alive, and each school has to find its own path in this. I think that is also very clear in the report.
Mm-hmm.
I think one should add one thing is that to continue this process, we need another 100,000 euro from the European Committee. And I think it's something that is in the context of this European project that is, I think, important. And I don't think it's easy to move from that stream, so to say, to just free initiatives and goodwill of people to continue and to participate and do something like that. So my suggestion would be that you add the next step. That is that we could transform this this research program that we have done as a institutional research program for Waldorf schools. Or to put it another way, that maybe another 7, 8 schools would like to do a process like that. And we need some finance to support that. That's my idea. So don't think that goodwill and initiatives will continue the process. It's the kind of institutional framework that you have created, and that has helped us to move this process and come to these results. And these are not for eternity. These are in the time for each school's a way of refreshing the idea how leadership can help schools to develop in a horizontal way, because that was the idea, horizontal leadership in connection to all the school leadership issues.
Yes.
So.
Thank you, Adriaan. Is there somebody else who can talk maybe about your own report or what you read in the overview report?
No, I only would add for the Commission the real fact that there were a lot of work for free that we did to make sense to this program. and that this type of work need to be financed more, because it's not simple that the school is able to do research. So what they paid is only these meetings, but not all the work.
No,
So this has to be underlined, I think.
yeah, we learned from it also. So maybe when we are
Yeah.
trying to get a new program, then we know how we can do it different.
Yeah. How do you pay the time of people? How many hours they have to invest in this? And this has to be paid. But I don't know how was the budget from the commission. If they put some limits, I don't know how is Erasmus Plus. But normally you do a budget and they pay, or they ask you to cut.
Yeah,
So I don't know if it's a suggestion for the commission or for you, in the case we go on.
yeah, for the new agreement, or how do you say
New
it?
phase. Mhm.
Yeah, we learned from it, I think.
Mhm.
Erika, you emphasized to pay the action research itself. So not only the meetings of the Intervision,
Yeah.
but what happens on the schools.
Yeah.
Yes, both for the consultant and
Yeah,
also for the teacher. They invest a lot of time on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also we doing workshop, helping them, so a lot of hour.
Yeah. Okay, maybe back to the content of the
Yeah,
report. Is there
report.
something people can say about the process we went and the result we have now?
Mhm.
Or is it okay till now? Manuel, did you recognize your own activities in the overview?
I didn't have the time to read the other
Okay.
report of other schools. Anyway, for me, this report was very useful to have a good retrospective moment, but also for my school was also another point to move on in the future. In fact, actually, we are going towards a new experiment, and also Erica will be part of us in September when we will start and how we can apply all this important experience that we had in the last 2 years, and we will try little by little to apply this to the school life or school organization. So it was not only a moment of culture and improving our culture or researching, but we hope that it could be also a new transformation for the school. I saw that in these 2 years how it's difficult to convince. It's even if it's not the a good word for me, convince, but it's how it is difficult to make the school and the persons, that not only the teachers but also administration, to understand how, the way you can guide a school in a different manner, in a different way. Also starting from the point that we have to work with the interior of the persons and not only with the object or the facts. And it's very interesting for me also reading the book of Adrian, because I'm reading what was inside our works of these 2 years, and go on to understand every day better this new world of organization. So I'm very glad for this.
Thank you. Thank you. Somebody else wants to add something? Maybe one of the emo consultants?
Well, I forgot maybe one remark. It is, I think, quite unusual that a project over 2 years like this has been running like it has been running. So I think it's mostly it stops somewhere, it fails, it falls apart, it leads to high frustration, it gives conflicts and so on. But here we managed to go through these years and give it a try.
Yeah.
That is,
2 keer 2 is 4.
that is, I think, exactly. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes my computer is commenting. That's more Lucifer than Ariman.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's nice that you say that because I experienced it also as a very nice cooperation together and all the commitment everybody had. It was very nice to work for you. So yeah, it was very good.
It shows the strength of Waldorf schools when they are in a good process.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next point of our agenda. That's we are now also busy with evaluating the whole process. That's not only the action research, it's also the conference, it's also the project group, it's also the tools we did. And in this evaluation, you had to do it by yourself. We made first our key indicators. We managed it by ourselves, and now we, Klaas and I, thought about it, and we thought maybe it's good to have an evaluation online so that people can put their online things in it. Because they are connected with the key indicators. So we will ask everybody in the action research, also the people who are not here now, we will ask them to fill in this evaluation form, and I can show you so that you have a little bit of an example. This is what we call it. It's the evaluation project Waldorf Leadership, and we have two. This is the one from the perspective of the school. And then we have questions about the action research, also about how many meetings. That's one of the, how do you say that, quantitative indicators. It would be nice when you know some about how many times you meet the emo consultants, and the emo consultants how many times you meet the school. Then the importance of horizontal leadership, etc., etc. Then also about the conferences we had questions, about the platform, about the leadership tools, and about the project group. I don't know if you know what a project group is, but that's the group of starting partners like Angelica,
Thomas Verkouteren.
Thomas Verkouteren from Belgium, Adriaan, Roxana, Klaas, and I. We were in the project group, and we had several meetings discussing the whole process. So when you can say something about it, that would be nice. Then we can use it in the evaluation. Is there a question about this part? I will send you after our meeting, I will send you a link.
Okay.
When do you want to have it back?
Yeah, that's nice. I think we need to have it back. It's now the 28th. Let's say in a week or something. That must be okay.
Yeah.
Because after the 31st of August, it stops the project, and afterwards we can evaluate. So
We have, sorry, we have to do only one questionnaire for country, not, okay.
one country, yeah. And a different one for the consultant than for the school. So I will send different questionnaires so we can compare and make a nice evaluation. Okay, then the next point, the leadership tools. Maybe you can say something about it, Klaas.
Yeah. We received a budget from the Erasmusplus agency for doing the action research, but also for designing and offering leadership tools for schools, for school leaders to work with horizontal leadership. So, and based on what we have done so far, the whole action research, we have three leadership tools. One is a workshop we want to offer somewhere in October or November, based on the report and the results that you wrote in all those reports, for people who are interested in what happened here in this project, and to offer it to everyone who could be interested in this project. So that is a workshop based on the action research on leadership in the Waldorf schools. If people are really interested and want to have more of it, we also designed a kind of a learning program. First idea was to create a kind of a masterclass for Waldorf school leaders, but talking about it with some of the participants of this project, we said maybe we can better call it a learning program with several steps, several elements and meetings for Waldorf school leaders. And we made a kind of a design for it, and there is also a brochure, and we will offer it, and that will be for 2025 or later, if people are interested to know more about and to work with horizontal leadership and the concepts. And the third one is about a masterclass for horizontal leadership on Waldorf schools, but this is can only be at this moment a kind of a framework that we can offer based on masterclasses we do in EMO in many countries, but we have to work it out more in detail later. But we can offer a kind of a framework, and we can show what a masterclass could be. And these are the three leadership tools as a result of this project. And the question was, we got finance not for doing those leadership tools, but for designing the leadership tools. So I think this is what we can offer.
Okay, thank you very much. Then about the platform, we already made this platform, and it will be important in the future when we want to communicate that we do it through this platform. Nowadays, it's not so, people are not so active, but we still have a kind of 50 to 60 people who are connected with us. And we hope that it will also be the platform on which those online courses, like Klaas just told, that we can do it from that platform. And also we hope that when you are looking for other people around Europe and you want to talk about leadership questions, or you want to talk about practices, that you can connect with each other. So that's about the platform. Is there somebody used it or have a comment on this platform?
Yeah, I come back to my suggestion that, let's say, following the theory, after this experiment and research and so on, it's important to see these results or these tools, for instance, to be integrated in official organs of the Waldorf school movement in the world or in Europe. So I think it's not a good idea just to have a separate platform and do it out of goodwill, but to see what is the organism in the Waldorf school movement that could integrate this in its existence and support schools and people to participate in this, as they are the owner, so to say. So
Yeah.
then they can ask the help of the platform, and then, but they are the carrier, so to say.
Yeah.
And there was a kind of organism, I think, that was involved in our activities.
Yeah.
X-ray. Yeah.
And I think my suggestion would be to you and Klaas to see if it could be integrated in their existence.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I think it will go dead very quickly.
Yeah, that's important. It was the X-Way as European Council for Waldorf education, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They must know about the results of this work. And I can see if they want to integrate it in their official activities, but they can then ask the platform to organize it, or it's the support of this organism so that the people in the Waldorf school movement know this is just officially.
Yeah.
Not just a few people who take an initiative.
We can also propose to go on with the experimental approach and tell them these are the prototype, as to say. We can experiment the first two, the workshop and the learning program that we designed better. The master is too vague at the moment, but the first two we can also propose if they want to experiment.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, a first edition, just to say.
Yeah.
And then we can also create an experimental group to test it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good addition to what Adrian just said.
Yeah, and this we can also ask the money to European Commission to do that. It's like a continuation, no, of the project.
Okay. Then the last point of our agenda is the conclusion of the whole process. Maybe everyone wants to reflect a short moment on the whole process as an ending of our project. So I ask everybody personally. So I start with Edith. Edith, can you say something in reflection on this process?
So for me, the nice was really to work with the Swiss team, to see that they have already a very good leadership, but to deepen it at some places was very interesting, and where it was facing to. There were a lot of really clear moments also how EMO methodology works, especially in these areas of working places. So this for me, it was like an approve for my own practice, which was very interesting. And I think I had a really easygoing school, because Vanessa is very able to do leadership, and they already had a good infrastructure and good communication processes and so on. So for me, it was very easygoing, and probably also a little bit the problem with the, let's say, to have the red line in the project, because it was not so necessary to go in to make a lot of meetings, because they could just manage it on their own, and they knew how to build up the processes and to go in the next phase. So as longer as the project went, for me it was like difficult to really be involved. And probably it's also the Swiss mentality that I'm very organized, and I have also high expectations on how things are built up. And it took me, at some point, it took me a little bit of patience to follow the process and to know what do we do here and where should it face to. But yeah, I was really touched by the last meeting with all the schools and the coming out, also the interviews and the talks we had also with people they haven't been involved in the project. This was also very effective, and at this point I saw like what impact it made on me, but what impact it makes also towards the schools and the leadership practice in Waldorf schools. So this was really a highlight for me. And also your report now, it's like nice to see what have we done the last 2 years. And it's like really clear, and I feel like, oh yeah, we did something. Because sometimes I didn't have the view we did something. So
Nice.
but
Yeah.
I think also because it was so easygoing with the Swiss school. I think there were other projects, and also the meeting with the X-Way in Holland. It was amazing. So to meet all these people, to feel like familiar in a minute, and to have really deep talks in a minute, but always around leadership and everything. I found this was a really good event and good organized, good settled up and everything.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
congratulations to the project. I think I started with the opinion, take care on you, your strengths and your responsibilities. And it's not nothing what you have done. That's great thing. Thank you also to can be part of it.
Thank you.
And
Maybe
if you
Vanessa,
see,
oh, sorry.
yeah, Edith, and also for all the others, if you have any ideas for improvement of this process or recommendations for us, please also mention it.
Yeah.
Vanessa, maybe you can follow.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, well, I want to thank Edith really a lot, because even so you said you didn't have that much to do. It was, I mean, anytime we had a question, we could always ask you. And especially it was nice because we set up the meetings, and that gave us always the push. Okay, now we have to do something to be on the next step, because we're going to have to report to her. Because, I mean, as you all know, sometimes in everyday life, things get a bit lost, and you have your everyday business you have to take care of. So that was always good that we knew there's a meeting coming up. Now we really have to do the next step and so on. And then from the content from it, I think it brought us a lot as a school, because we actually had to consciously talk about those things. What is leadership? How do we do it here? And in what area do we want to have what type of leadership? And as Evie's already said, I mean, we didn't have a problem or a crisis or anything. I think we are pretty well structured. But always, if you think consciously about it, I mean, you can always better things. And I think we did a lot of, we got a lot better, especially in communication, because that's, I mean, probably all schools will say that. That's really always the difficult thing, not to forget to communicate, to think to whom do you have to communicate when and all that. And again, it's a matter of being conscious of it. It's not just to be able to do it. It's also you have to think about it. And through that whole project, I think we became much more conscious about it. Yeah. So that's great. And now we'll go on, and we kind of know where we have to work or what we have to work on. So that's really good. I mean, we're both very sorry, Constanze and I, that we couldn't come to the meeting, to the live meeting in Holland. That was a pity, but it's just really difficult in yeah, in the school year to fit such big things in. Yeah.
We liked it very much that the Swiss school, not being a European school, just worked with us. Very nice. And thank you very much for your energy and effort.
Yeah, thank you.
Roxana, can you tell something?
Yes. So first of all, Angelica will not be able to come. She's sailing. So she's somewhere on the sea, and she said her signal is not good. What I can say about my experience, because I could experience the journey of the Romanian school and the Spanish school, there was something in common, which was to have this experience of being there for them. So to be a support, to be available. And this was very good. And also to learn about what they do, how they do it. It was really good to see their turning points. So when something opened up and something new appeared, or especially after the conference, but for me personally, it was these moments of new appearing in the process was very good. So from this point of view, I think the process was alive, which I think it's a good sign. What I was trying to support also between us as consultants was to have our meetings and consult between each other and try to become aware of or exchange experiences, become aware of what the others are doing, what kind of support we can give each other. It was not to the best level I wanted this to be. So for my taste, I would have liked more, but I think it was good. And I still feel this need to continue to cooperate. Yes, I think together we can still reconstruct a bit how we worked with each school for our practice, and maybe also in the development of the tools. Yes, I think this is what I could add from my perspective.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Roxana, you did also a lot on other levels, like supporting class and me, etc., etc. So thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pleasure.
Teresa, maybe you can add.
Well, first of all, Olga, I have an excuse for Olga because she is in Croatia, because we are on holidays yet. Today for me is my first day of work, so I am a little bit lost. Sorry for that. Yeah, I have to, yeah. Yeah, it's my song, sorry. Thanks to Alex and Roxana, because they help us a lot. So sometimes in the project, Olga and me were a little bit lost, and they help us every time. And we are in the beginning, so I am a little frustrated because we started the project a little bit late. We did our best, but now I think we have a lot of work in front of us. So my feeling is that the collegium, all of the teachers, they didn't involve all that I wanted, or we wanted. So we have to return to them the finish of the project and the next steps. And I think that we can translate the conclusions very well and involve our colleagues to go together in the new step in the school. So, well, we have a lot of work, but I'm happy because I were there, and I was very happy in the meeting of Holland, because it was in English, in Spain we said before and after. It's different. When we came to Holland with an idea, and we finished Holland, and we go to Madrid again with another idea and with another kind of or a different manner to work. So it was very nice and great for us, and very interesting. I am very grateful for you to be there. So, well, I have to do a lot of work. This is my feeling.
Thank you very much. And I remember also how hard it was to find a Waldorf school in Spain. It was very difficult for us to look where is the Waldorf school in Spain. And I'm so glad that you supported in the whole research. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Maybe also Alexandra, can you add something? You are there. Hello. She isn't there.
I think it's frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then we go to Manuel.
My experience, I was thinking in these in these 2 years, I saw that there is a sort of pioneering in a process that aims to go beyond pioneering. It's an easy mission. And but we start something, and I think that there is in this group I found the energy to see that we can do something for Waldorf School movement. I found great professionalism, but above all, I found a great conscious humanity in working with you, and I'm very glad for all our process, or our meetings, or our thinkings, and the energy that you put on this work. And so many thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Manuel. It was nice meeting you. I remember the conference and the live meeting. That was very nice. Thank you. Erika.
And I think also Sarah, that worked with Manuel.
Yeah, after you, Sarah, come.
Okay, after me. So, yeah, it's a good start, I think, this project. Of course, we can improve things, but in any case, it was interesting to work together with the different biography of these 8 schools. And what was difficult for me was to put the idea of the project in the Aurora School reality. So there were not a leadership question. This was not the right terminology, but in any case, we found a way to do that. And I am very grateful to Manuel and Sarah, because they was very serious, very constant, consistent, very, very focused on the work. Nevertheless, they are teaching, they are full of things. So it's a lot of time plus that they put in this project. So really thanks. Without their work, it was not possible to do anything, because the entropy is very big. Different ideas, different people. Each time they found a way to integrate, to do a step. So they work a lot, and I also work a lot with them. But was okay, was an experiment. For this, I think, is for other schools important, that because we all know that the Waldorf is not pay so much people, we are asking them an extra work, other hours. And one of the critical points is to less payment as Waldorf teacher, but we cannot ask more time, no, for this job. Any case, and was very alive, the international conference, and good idea to open as you did to this other association. So it was so important to have this feedback from out also. And I agree with Roxana that we should improve our consultancy work. That was good, but we have to improve, I think, if we go on. And can be interesting have a review together, how we worked, what was good, what was less good, what we can improve, like a retrospective work. It's the first time that this type of project happens, so it also for us a way to work together. And that's all. I have already said that for me, for the future, it's important that we do something concrete together. Can be an experiment paid by the Commission to propose this learning path to some group of school. This is my tip.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very
And
much.
thank you for this initiative, really.
Thank
I
you.
know how difficult it is to manage a European project.
Yeah.
Lot of bureaucracy, lot of papers.
Yeah. Sarah, maybe you can add.
Yes. So I jumped in this project later to support Manuel. And it was really a nice journey with Manuel, with Erika, and also with the school, our personal school, because it was really, really important. And I found the project really harmonic between us and also concrete. And harmony and concrete not always goes together. And I found it really good. And we create a lot of consciousness and a new way for the future for us, but also for the other school. The last days I spoke with other people of other school near us, and it was interesting to hear that they are also interested in this way to the horizontal leadership, and we are all in this direction. We want this direction, and I found this a good process.
Thank you very
and
much.
project.
Thank you very much. And also for your commitment. It was very good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Maybe Alexandra, you are there ready? No? Yeah. Can you add something?
Yeah, sorry, my internet is a bit unstable. So I froze before. My reflection and about the process, I also felt I learned so much in that, and also a big thank you to the organizers and in holding the space for this process. And I think this is also one of the key learnings or insights or confirmations also in some parts, is how important it is to have a process in place and to keep the process flowing and having consistency in it, to have a good rhythm and reconnecting. And therefore, even though sometimes people didn't know anymore where to go, whatever, it allowed to have the space to come back to the question. And only with that, things started moving. So by having the space and come back and commit to that space, that was very powerful to observe in not only our group, but I think all over all schools. For me, it was the first time that I worked with Waldorf schools, so that was also beautiful to get to know in one way already 8 schools and see the powerful energy and connection they have, even though they didn't know each other. It very clearly they are connected with a joint impulse and worldview, and that was also beautiful to see. Working with Spain was also so nice because I felt we really grew together as a team in the exploration. and we were all diving in, and we allowed really to go step by step and grow with each step, and see where the journey leads us. So the path appeared while walking it, and we didn't go in there with an idea, we're going to do this, and in 24 months we have this and this, but it was really every month and every 2-3 steps more, the path appeared. And another key point for me was, what is the real question? Like, really keep exploring what is the real question, and don't be intrigued or seduced with the higher level questions that might look easier and going into solution mode, but really keep having an explorative mind and curiosity and deepening. And this is required much more than just the cognitive level. It requires listening on all levels and being with all levels in order to go on this path. So that was for me very powerful in the work with Teresa and Olga and Roxana, but also with with Angelica. So yeah, thank you for this experience. And I also acknowledge very much and appreciate the work you did. I can only assume, Hans and Klaas and Roxana, what it meant behind the scenes to pull this, and well done. And I can't believe it's 2 years. I really, this doesn't enter my mind yet. Feels like much shorter.
Thank you very much, Alexandra, and also for exploring Spain.
Yeah. Madrid.
Klaas, maybe you can tell something from the perspective of Belgium.
Thomas stepped in this project from the Belgium school or the Federation of Schools in Flanders. In the beginning, he wanted to do it together with one of the directors of such a school. But it turned out that they were so busy in let's say surviving the day-to-day practice that they could not manage to be as a couple in this project. So I only was with Thomas, but Thomas did a lot of research on leadership and organizational development issues in those schools, and he used, so to say, this project for reflection, because he also suffers. He mentioned it very often to me. He suffers that the day-to-day steering this federation of schools takes all the energy, and he goes from crisis to crisis, and this project could help him to step back and reflect on it. So as an element of leadership, to be in dialogue, also in the Intervision sessions that we had, that this is something he appreciated very much, and he want to continue. So to create moments of reflection in this school process. I think that is a kind of a leadership quality that he discovered and want to develop, and he's grateful for it. He also wrote about it in his report.
Yeah, I saw. Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe I can tell something about the Dutch school, because like you know all, it was a very hectic school, and like you said, with Thomas, Annemiek, school leader in Almelo, she didn't get it done to finish the whole project. I think being busy with my the talks and the dialogues between us, it was very nice, and it also added something in the progression of the school. But it was a pity that they couldn't get the action research into the school. And that's for me very important experience, that you see the action research only works when everybody is involved and when you organize dialogues between each other, and then it's going to work. I saw it in the best practices of the other schools, and I saw how it works when you don't when it doesn't work in the school in Almelo. Still, I'm very glad they joined us. It was said they had to stop, but still we used the experiences and their data we could use in our final report. So thank you all. As a last, I would like to ask Adrian, maybe when you hear all those reflections, do you have something to add?
Well, what came to my mind, thanks very much for this reflections. It's very stimulating. And what came to my mind is that in the start of EMO, we said what we are going to do with our clients is to explore the second path, soul development of human beings and organisms. And that's what we're still doing. And I think this project has been a very nice example of what that could mean. I think one element of this is that through research, through reflection, through again and again, seeing what is the real question and how can we work with this question so we get new impulses, new ideas. I think it's very important that we form these lively communities of people out of the schools, for instance, like we have been doing, to do this for a while together. And I think that nourishes the soul of a school. That doesn't mean that we solve the problems, but we find maybe more ways to really, and that's essential in this whole process, to find ways of communicating with each other in a way, in an horizontal way, and not in a vertical way, which is often discussion and argumentation and trying to convince each other and so on, and battle a little bit and argue. So I think that is, for me, very important, that this is a very helpful way for a very invisible reality in the school. That is how the processes are going, how we dialogue with each other, and how we connect to the impulse of this school with this biography and find ways and steps together. And I think beautiful examples in the different schools that it is a struggle, but it's a struggle worthwhile, because you have a feeling it makes sense to take a little bit time for this reflection and this research. So that was one thing. And in the second pass, it's also important to have a kind of common idea. And that's why I wrote this little article, or this what was mentioned by Manuel also, this text. So I think that might be also important for the future, that we find some common more archetypal images.
Yeah.
That can help us to find our ways. So not only the practices and the issues and what's going on in Madrid and Almelo, but that we maybe can create something together that finds an inspiring background music for this path. So that makes sense for people. I think it makes sense to this kind of leadership, which is community development, it is sense making. And it is refreshing the impulse.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Adrian. Well, then now we are at the end of our project. I thank you very much for being here and reflecting on it. And I hope to see you maybe live somewhere. But anyway, I hope to see you a lot of times after it. Klaas, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I agree. It feels like we are now kind of on a journey together, like a community, and it's a little bit strange that we have to say goodbye to each other and then it's over. So I hope we find a way to keep connected, and please don't wait for us. But if you feel ideas or the initiative to do something, step in and connect. yeah, this is on a high level, and on a very basic level, I have a question to you. Please, for the payment, if you not already did it, send to me the time registration we asked for.
Thank you very much. So hereby I end this meeting and say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good continuation.
Bye-bye.
Bye. It was a pleasure. Oh, oh.